Yeah, we're talking about Blessing Okagbe and, of course, some of the actions, what went down last night. Now, it wasn't only, maybe we'll come back to Blessing Okagbe much later, but it's going to be something we really need to talk about. Now, take a look at Hanks. I mean, he couldn't. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's about the race. I mean, he came last in this particular semifinals, and
but the Brazilian was disqualified. That's why he got 7th.
You can come last and still run maybe 13-7, 13-8, not 14-2.
He clipped a couple of bars.
Well, I know. I watched it, but I don't know. I think he put himself under too much pressure.
Yes,
that's what I think. Okay. Because he was like, oh, if I could run 13-2 this year, then I think I should be able to compete with these guys. But unfortunately, he didn't run his race. He should have run his race. That's what I feel. Because he's experienced. He's been running for quite some time. He's in the 30s.
Yeah, he was the oldest guy.
So he should understand better. But it happens in sport anyway. It happens, especially in the hurdles. It happens.
Maybe if he had not clipped, his legs, those hurdles, he faced and all that. I'll call it hurdles.
It's part of the game.
We may be complaining here. He has achieved his aim.
He wanted to be an Olympian.
So, he wanted to be an Olympian. That's why he switched allegiance at that late age. And we allowed him.
Okay.
But it came. To be fair to him, though, it's come to Nigeria. It's come to win the All Nigerian Athletics Trials. Earned this place. It wasn't as if they gave it to him on a platter. So,
I disagree.
Why?
What's going to happen after the Olympics? He's going to start competing for Nigeria.
Of course, he's 33.
So that's why I said we should be careful. Most of the people that we brought in who are Americans that we give Nigerian names to, they are either 29, or in fact, let me say they are from 29 to like 34. Nico Dendi is no longer competing. She's 30-something. Mark Jess is no longer competing. He's 30-something. What's the name of the other guy? A whole lot of them. Even Gonzalez.
So my point is, he came and he beats the other young.
It doesn't matter because we've never been good. We've never been good in the 110 hurdles. Unlike in the 100 meters hurdles, we've never been good. Our best was William Erese then. And what did he run? 33, 34?
He's broken that record. That's why
even before he ran that, it was never in the semi-final of the Olympics. So we've never been good in that event. So somebody from the US can just come and take the shine off there.
So that's an indictment.
Let's go back to the slides now. Blessing Okagbe and of course S.A. Brume. That jump, she's in the finals already. That's the only athlete so far that was able to make it to the finals. This is a wonderful 6.67 meters, and she was ranked 6th out of the 12 athletes that qualified.
That is something about the jumps. When you have the right environment and you've been consistent in the season, because she's jumped 6.83 this year. So that means a bit of consistency, 6.66. The only problem I'm having now is that, can that take her to the podium in the final? I don't think so. Because you need to be a consistent 6.8, 6.9 jumper. When Blessing won in Moscow, she was jumping 6.8, 6.9 regularly. What that means is that you only need the right environment to hit the 7-meter mark. Although Blessing didn't hit it in Moscow, but he did earlier in Monaco. So that is where I'm having a problem. But you never can tell, because if she could do 6.8, now she's done 6.67. I think she should be able to do 6.9. And who knows, maybe 6.9 can get a medal.
Depending on what the opposition do on the day.
When I say a medal, I'm not talking about gold. With the likes of Britney Reese, that girl is a competitor. Is a competitor.
What I'm saying is, if our opponents have an off day and
Reese needs only one.
That's just one medal. So
if you check most of the gold medals she has won, she has fouled most of the 6 events. Just 1 or 2 big jumps, and that's
she's okay.
So S.A. Brume definitely has her work cut out.
But this is a big achievement for her.
For what?
In her first Olympics?
Final,
No,
she's still very young.
The Commonwealth Games champion, American Games champion. Now the Olympics final. I think this is one of the girls we need to invest in.
Surely. The authorities.
To channel.
I hope they do that. Because the problem we have in Nigeria is we believe everything is about camping. You don't camp elite athletes. They have their coaches. But when you come there, you now bring coaches
from here,
especially coaches who are not coaches in quotes, to come and supervise them in camp. They change their program, and that's where they start having problems.
She's not really an elite athlete, yes, all right.
She is.
She's on her way.
No, she is. What I think has happened is that she has refused to grow. And Nigeria has made her refuse to grow. Because when we continue to use her for junior competitions, when she's past junior level, then we are not allowing her to grow. Then I think they could have found her a very good manager. She should have competed in Europe. In the Diamond League. If you get a good manager who can get her a spot in the Diamond League. But unfortunately, we are not doing that.
Okay.
That's what I think we should have done. Yeah, that's what we should have done.
Yeah. Now, the last race, I mean, Okagbare on the night, I mean, all of us stayed very late into the night, 2 a.m. You know, she was in the first semis, and that one wasn't a good one. 22.69 seconds, and she was ranked.
She placed fifth. That's the last that one.
I don't know why Nigerians were expecting her to.
Yeah, because it's Blessing and she's Nigerian.
You have to look at the performance before the games.
Yeah.
She has not really been inspiring.
Well, a lot of Nigerians still believe that Blessing.
That's the problem we have. Look at the way they were celebrating Duduru yesterday.
The standards are quite low now.
I celebrate him because running a personal best is an achievement.
For him.
But not celebrate as if he has done something special. He has not done something special.
Lastly, just quickly, lastly on Blessing, is it a case of Blessing freezing on the big stage again, or is it a Blessing cannot hang with the big girls anymore?
I don't think it's about freezing at the big stage, because she won 2 medals in Moscow. That's a big stage. She's been in the final since 2010.
And in terms of the sprints, she hasn't gotten to the podium at the Olympics.
She has been in the finals before.
Yeah, she was finals. We're talking of winning a medal for Nigeria.
No, when you get to the finals, first of all, you have to get to the finals. Then 2, you have to look at those you are competing against.
She can hang with
the kind of support that they have.
Okay.
And unfortunately for Blessing, from what I heard, she has left the camp of John Smith. They're to be one of the best sprint coaches in the world. Yeah. And I think there's something secretive about her preparation this year. Because if you look at what Blessing has been doing since 2010, when she came onto the sprint stage, let me put it that way, sprint stage, she's been competing in most of the big meets. But look at this year. I think she has only competed in 2 Diamond League meetings.
Yeah, just 2.
Blessing going to compete in Hungary. I've never seen Blessing go to that kind of meet before. There's something odd this year
we don't understand
about her preparation.
But everyone was saying she was actually keeping herself for the Olympics, not to burn out.
No.
That wasn't it.
You see, people just talking about burnout as if... I used to give 2 examples. I remember Frankie Fredericks in 1996. I remember Maria Mutola. Fredericks ran virtually all the races in the circuit before the Olympics. And he took 2 world records to beat him by Michael Johnson in the 200... No, by Michael Johnson, then Donovan Bailey in the 100 meters. 100. The same to Maria Mutola. Maria Mutola was all over the world running the 800 meters. At the Olympics, she won. So there's nothing like burnout. It depends on, one, the kind of coach you have, the kind of support group that you have, then the way you
space yourself.
It's as simple as that. It's like when you are running the 400 meters, you have to space it. If you don't space it, if you don't have the stamina, the endurance, the speed endurance, like Van Niekerk, you can't just run on out and expect to win.
That's when you burn out.
What's happening today? I mean, team schedule for today: Hannah Ruben and Dorothy Yeats, 69 kg. I'm talking about the wrestling women's freestyle. They will take center stage today, this afternoon. That's when it's starting. And of course, we're also going to be having a Genesis. She will also be in action. If you can just take a look at the slides, I mean, the Team Nigeria in action today, the schedule for today. Okay, there you have it. In wrestling, Aminat Deni will be in action, 58 kg. Genesis, of course, will be in action. And Ruben Annan will also be in action against the Canadian. And of course, the one against Finland, someone from Finland. It's going to be tough for Nigerian wrestlers. How far can they go? We'll find out about that. Of course, in 100 meters hurdles, Nigerian ladies also in action. Lulu Watubiloba tonight. Amuson, she'll be in action in the semi-final. Esther Brume, final of the long jump. Of course, we have Duduru Divine in the 200 meters. He's going to be lining up against the likes of Usain Bolt, Adam Jamili, Andre DeGrasse, all of them in. Well, I don't know what's going to happen in that one. But then you said he has already made his personal best, and that would just be... I
think he can improve on that. I feel he can improve on that. Then for Toby, I think she has come to the end of the road. She was lucky to qualify.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yes, she was lucky to qualify. Then the 100 meters hurdles has always been very competitive at any level.
Yeah.
At any level. When I say level, I'm talking about global level. If you go to the World Championship, you go to the Olympics, even the Commonwealth Games. It's been very, very competitive. So I feel where we can get a medal. If you are talking about luck, it's a Brume. Then if you are talking about an athlete coming to the stage,
primed to
forget about stage fright. Live up to your potentials. You are talking about the shot put.
Stephen Marshall.
Okay. You can't be third in the world.
And not...
But what has happened in the past, the last 2 years that it's been competing for Nigeria, has not really given us hope. I remember early this year, she threw 21-11. That was the first 21 by Nigeria. What happened at the World Indoor?
Yeah.
She couldn't make it to the podium. You can't throw 21-1 and not get near the podium. Now, he has 21-7-6. He's the third best in the world. And I expect at least to him to play between first and fifth.
Yeah,
okay, so that's the only one we're waiting for.
No, he has to get to the final. If he doesn't get to the final, I think he should stop competing.
Okay, we'll get Africans medal step. Okay.
Yeah, no, just before we go to the table, for Divine, there's no chance he's going to get to the final because...
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. Okay. I don't think so. That's why I said he needs to run maybe a sub 20. But when you look at the quality of opposition, only 2 people in that group have ducked inside 20 seconds. Both untouchable.
Yes.
Then the grass, I don't know.
Yeah, it's got 1988 as well to personal best.
He did the 100 meters.
Yeah.
So you have to factor in that. He did the 100 meters. Yeah. So the fatigue factor can come in. And that's why I'm not rating Toby, for example. Because Toby has had a long season.
Okay, yeah, that's the table. That's for Africa right there. Dari, no surprises that Nigeria is still not on that table. That's for you.
But the table is, I think you are missing out something. Kenya.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Kenya.
They want to go now.
Of course, yeah.
They want to.
We saw a shocker yesterday. Faith Kipyegon beating...
Was it a shocker?
Yeah, it was. I mean, world record holder in
reputation.
Yeah.
If you look at reputation, yes.
But form coming into this.
But form coming into the games, no, it's not. Okay. Because the girl has been.
Yes.
Gezebe has been bedeviled with injuries this year. So when you are not in top shape, this kind of thing can happen.
That wasn't a surprise for you at all.
It wasn't.
Okay.
Okay. It wasn't a surprise at all. Okay. Now there's one news made coming from the International Olympic Committee and of course WADA and IAAF. It's all about this news that Russian athletes that won 4x100 meters gold medal in 2008. I mean, they've been stripped of the medal, and Nigeria finished a third, getting the bronze in that one. So it's likely we're going to get the bronze.
No,
we're going to get the silver. I mean,
that's where the luck has carried us. Because if you remember that race, I don't know if you remembered, we actually fifth.
Yes, we actually fifth.
They disqualified two.
Yeah.
So we've
been lucky with disqualification.
They all count, right?
maybe there'll still be another disqualification we'll get to go.
Oh my goodness.
Well, the beauty it's always, when you finish first, when your national anthem, when you're listening to it, just raising your flag. That's the beauty. If you don't have that, I mean, this is usually...
The opportunity is gone now.
It's gone, and usually... it's actually rubbing it off on everyone. I'm not really too happy because I felt if that just been on that particular occasion, Nigerians on the podium, that would have been
still on doping and disqualifications. Dara, I think you broke the story about the 4x400 meters women, missing out on the games. I mean, what are still the developments coming out of that one in terms of sanctions? And we already know they're missing the games already.
There's no sanction.
No sanctions.
The girl
that tested
already has an 8-year ban, so there's no sanction. I think the only thing is the EFN should have, although the result was released late, but they still had like 3 months to make up for it, at least get to Europe. I think it's about planning, really. But when you have somebody at the helm of affairs who does says that his wins take the athletes to the US to go and compete in the Texas relays, in the Penn relays, when the athletes are prepared at the start of the season, then this is the kind of result you're going to get. That's the problem we've always been having. And unfortunately, the minister has not helped matter, because if you have a minister who's knowledgeable about this thing, he will call him, hey, my friend, what is the meaning of all this? This is just the start of the outdoor season. Why are you taking these athletes to go and compete and they'll be running 307, 309? That is the problem we're having for the men, really. Because the women we thought were, because they had the time they've qualified, so we didn't really bother. But for the men, so that is the kind of problem we have. We need to have a visionary leader in that federation that can do the right things. Look at what is happening now. You pick teams without looking at current form. Tega Odele had no business in Rio.
They were the ones that qualified from
last year. You have to look at current.
None of them even qualified at the mates.
Before Rio, this year, Tega has done 21.04. Urupe, according to the IAAF, has run only 48.
Okay,
Can you take people like that to the Olympics?
More about this. After this break.